Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. This is Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things nerdy through a common sense lens. And for a very long time, Disney and all of its subsidies, whether it be Marvel or Star Wars or Pixar or any of the rest of it, has always been seen as a very family-friendly company, right? Their actors and their actresses have always been under very specific morality clauses to make sure they don't get involved in a bunch of stuff that actually will end up tarnishing the Disney's family-friendly image out there, right? Obviously, we've seen a lot of actors fired and removed from things, the most recent one being Jonathan Majors after all of the hot water he got in with one of his ex-girlfriends. And we've seen Disney do this kind of stuff before in the past. We saw James Gunn, of course, obviously get very unceremoniously removed from the Guardians of the Galaxy series out there because of some resurfaced tweets. And so needless to say, this isn't the first time that Disney has been involved in this kind of stuff and had a knee-jerk reaction. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you hadn't heard, Marvel is releasing its Fantastic Four first steps coming here at the end of July. And well, this latest video that is leaked from Pedro Pascal out there, ladies and gentlemen, makes it look like Mr. Fantastic is very obviously very fantastic after all, while him performing some very suggestive themes involving a very rainbow-colored rod at a Pride event. And needless to say, this doesn't exactly scream family-friendly for Marvel or the Walt Disney brand overall. Because as you can see over here from thatparkplace.com, Pedro Pascal caught on video dancing suggestively with a rainbow-colored rod. Bizarre public behavior continues ahead of major Disney release. And it's not just him dancing with it, he is suggestively literally taking this thing to his mouth and going up and down it like you might do with something else, ladies and gentlemen. And as someone pointed out in my chat while we were discussing this video before we decided to record this video, it's one of them situations where, boy, this sure might explain a lot of the reasons why Pedro Pascal is so popular in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to check out this article from thatparkplace.com, getting all of the juicy details, and of course, show you the video of this absolute disastrous debauchery that Pedro Pascal is obviously very okay with participating in. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share it with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing. We just crossed 1,900. We are on our way to 2K once again, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think Pedro was out there maybe just having a few drinks, having a good time, being silly or ridiculous, or do you think maybe this might actually hint at something a little bit darker hiding behind Pedro Pascal's history, just like we've seen happen to so many other people out there in Hollywood, and the way the system forces them to do certain unmentionable things in order to actually, well, get ahead in life. Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description and think about becoming a member, where you get your name at the end credits of every single one of these videos and all of our live streams, as well, of course, have access to a bunch of cool emojis for those live streams, and it'll get you access to a member stream that we have the second Saturday of every month, where we get together and chit-chat about all of the crazy pop culture and fun nerd stuff that is going on out there. So please check out the links in the description down below. All right, from thatparkplace.com and our dear sweet Marvin Montanero. Pedro Pascal was recently seen on video dancing suggestively and seemingly simulating licking a rainbow-colored rod. Yes, boys and girls, and let's just say when we watch the video, it does not look like this is the first time that Pedro has done something like this. Pedro Pascal may be the most in-demand actor in Hollywood right now, for studios, not audiences. Yeah, I think I can agree with the majority of the fans out there that we're really sick and tired of seeing Pedro Pascal. He's a mid-tier actor at best that for some reason has become Hollywood's favorite darling, probably has something to do with his politics, and has literally been casting in absolutely everything to the point of where we're all sick and tired of seeing his face. I mean, Reed Richards, Pedro Pascal, really? Really? With Krasinski sitting right there? Really? But his recent behavior is raising eyebrows for all the wrong reasons, and definitely not exactly doing anything good for Disney's not-so-family-friendly image that they've got right now. Just days after the Mandalorian star made headlines for telling Dakota Johnson she should start an account on a graphic subscription website and wiggle her toe for money, yes, Yes, that particular website, boys and girls, supposedly it was joking and in a fun manner, but yeah, needless to say. New footage has surfaced showing the actor dancing behind a DJ booth at an event in a rather suggestive manner, and well, needless to say, we're going to check this video out here in just a second, but I think it would be pretty obvious to anyone out there what kind of event this is. I mean, we've got pride stuff all over the place. He's got a giant rainbow rod in his hand. Now, there is no music behind this, and the clip I found out there on Twitter as well didn't have any music behind it either, so that's probably a good thing. But needless to say, I think you can imagine from his quote-unquote dance moves that you might be able to understand the kind of music behind it. But needless to say, we'll give you a little description here. In the now viral video clip, Pedro Pascal can be seen dancing with a rainbow-colored rod, raising it above his head, and then pretending to lick it suggestively. The moment comes off as overtly performative and, for some observers, uncomfortably attention-seeking. The timing couldn't be more awkward, and they are absolutely right on that, because this is a guy that's supposed to have a Marvel movie that everybody's going to want to take the parents and the kids to go see come July. Not exactly the best look, considering all of the backlash Disney, Marvel, and Disney as a whole has gotten for all of their LGBTQ nonsense and what is supposed to be family-friendly movies. Not exactly the way you want your actor doing it right there. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, do we need to watch it again? Of course we do, because like I said, it doesn't look like this is the first time that our dear sweet Pedro has done this. I guess we know how he gets ahead in life at Hollywood out there, and I mean, this is just ridiculous. I mean, he literally looks like a big giant, like one of the gay dancers at one of the big giant pride events, the way he's shaking and pushing everything off. I mean, he could not come off as more light in the loafers, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, seriously, look at the way could you scream anymore? I'm flamboyant and I want the world to know. Oh, look, cut it off after I've already licked the rod, after I've already enjoyed the rod. Oh, now I'm gonna stop. Now I'm embarrassed. I mean, really, isn't this exactly what the kind of actors and role models you want for your children in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? This is supposed to be the MCU's smartest man in the world, boys and girls, if not one of the smartest men in the world. And we have him out there licking a rainbow rod. Yeah, needless to say, not exactly a good look. Will Disney, Marvel do anything about it? Absolutely not, under no circumstances whatsoever. Why not? Well, because Pedro Pascal has a track record of this kind of nonsense. Pascal is currently riding high on Disney's investment in him as a future cornerstone of the Marvel and Star Wars franchises. He's set to play Reed Richards in this summer's Fantastic Four: First Steps. He'll then reprise that leading role in the next year's Avengers Doomsday. Additionally, he's set to headline the first Star Wars theatrical release since 2019 in The Mandalorian and Grogu film. This is a slate representing a well over $2 billion in potential box office revenue. It'll be a miracle if they make half of that collectively with all three of those. Although Avengers Doomsday will probably end up doing a lot better than Fantastic Four and Grogu combined as well. Needless to say, things don't look so very good for the future of Pedro Pascal and the franchises that he is currently headlining. And I'm sure, because guarantee you there's going to be a bunch of thumbnails with him licking that rainbow rod all over the internet for every single project that he is involved in the future. Because the internet doesn't forget, ladies and gentlemen, and neither should Disney, Marvel. But between toe-wiggling paywall jokes and rainbow rod party antics, some are beginning to wonder, is this really the public image Disney wants for its leading man? Probably not. The same actor encouraging a female co-star to consider monetizing her feet is now being filmed dancing provocatively and licking rainbow-colored rods in public. And yet, much like before, the Hollywood press appears unfazed. No pushback, no statements, just more glowing headlines and applause. It's because they agree with all of this. This is the kind of agenda they want everyone to push. They want everyone out there licking rainbow rods in public and in private to further push their agenda. I mean, this is stuff we've seen constantly, time and time again. They've even been like, there's even articles that have been published by the legacy media talking about, well, if you don't like to cuddle with another man, well, you're a homophobe. If you think that da-da-da-da-da is wrong, then you're a homophobe. And it's like, no, this is just stuff that straight guys don't want to do. Licking rainbow rods are things that straight guys just don't do. So yeah, but of course, they want the whole world to be gay, just like them. Pascal has long been a vocal supporter of gender and identity causes, frequently appearing at events and promoting related messaging. He even went so far as to call Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling a heinous loser due to her efforts to protect women's spaces from biological men. But for some critics, this latest video blurs the line between activism and attention-seeking behavior. If another actor pulled this same stunt, particularly one not in Hollywood's good graces, it's hard to imagine that it would not be dismissed so casually. I mean, imagine the kind of backlash that even if a female did this kind of things, there'd be all kinds of people out there pearl clutching and calling her this, that, and the other. But Pedro Pascal, because he's one of the favored among Hollywood, he can completely and totally get away with this stuff. Plus, if he really is gay, well, that's just going to make him even a more protected class in Hollywood. That's not to say the Hollywood media would outwardly condemn such behavior. However, rumors in the tabloids would likely start flying about the performer's odd public behavior. The real question, with Disney, which is supposedly still a family-friendly company, allegedly, betting big on Pascal, will the studio stay silent if the online chatter grows louder? Because while fans may be used to lightsabers and elastic limbs, the rainbow rod moment is something else entirely. And I'm sure it's not the first time that Pedro Pascal has played with a rainbow rod in any way, shape, or form, boys and girls. But of course, that's just all alleged speculation and rumor pushing on my part, because we don't have any actual evidence whatsoever that Pedro Pascal likes playing the skin flute. But at the end of the day, like I said, from this video in particular, it looks like this is very suggestive and something that he's clearly used to doing. And if this is supposed to be Disney, Star Wars, and Disney as a whole, and Marvel leading man for the future, is this really the look? Is this really the person that you want to expose your children to in movies and television shows? If he's going to go out there and act like this in public? Because I mean, literally at the end of the day, these videos are on the internet. It's going to go viral. Your children are going to see it, because anytime you look up something to do with Marvel's Fantastic Four, if you look up something to do with Mandalorian and Grogu, this video is going to pop up, because he is the face of these franchises. He is the face of these series. And this is not the kind of face you want when Disney itself internally knows that the LGBTQ propaganda in their family-friendly content is not selling. They internally blame Buzz Lightyear's failure specifically on that kind of LGBTQ marketing. We know from Inside Out 2's fired Pixar employees that Disney specifically said, you're not going to put any gay stuff in this because this is what causes families not to go see it. And that's an absolute fact. It's the same with Marvel as it is with Pixar. People don't want a bunch of this LGBTQ propaganda and people representing those facets of our culture being forced down their throats, literally and metaphorically. So needless to say, all it looks like to me is Pedro Pascal is making the world known exactly what he's done to get ahead in life so very well in Hollywood, and to make him Hollywood's new golden boy who seems to get every single role, whether he's fit for it or not, just because he's their own little darling. And clearly, if he works that rod the same way he works the rest of Hollywood, it's very obvious as to why Pedro Pascal is certainly Hollywood's golden boy. The real question is Disney Marvel going to do anything about this? Probably not. But guess what? If this is the gay representation you want for Disney Marvel, well, you're going to get exactly what you deserve, Kevin Feige. After all, you dance with the devil and you're going to get burned, no matter how many rainbow rods you lick.